ShootMania has a number of available game modes, some made by the developers Naughty, others developed by community members. Today we'll take a look at Elite, the competitive mode played at esports events. Elite is played 3-on-3 in a round-based format, each lasting 1 minute with a point awarded to the winning side. Games are won when one team reaches a set score, usually 6 or 9 depending on the server or tournament rules, but the winner must beat their opponent by at least 2 points. Matches are generally best of 3 or 5 maps depending on the rules of the tourney. Elite is played in an unusual asymmetric design, in which a single attacker goes up against 3 defenders. The goal of the attacker is to eliminate all defenders, or capture a goal before time runs out. Conversely, defenders must eliminate the attacker, prevent him from capturing the goal, or force him to run out of time. The outmanned attacker is in luck, however, as he is given 3 health versus the defender's 1, and a one-shot, one-kill hit-scan laser versus the defender's slow-moving projectile rockets. To kill the attacker, defenders must land 3 direct hits on the attacking player and intelligently avoid laser fire. The goal pole that defenders guard becomes active after 45 seconds, at which point attackers have 15 seconds to stay on the goal pad for 1.5 seconds to win the round. This means that as the clock counts down to the capture stage, defenders will often fall back nearer to the pole, while attackers will attempt to thin out the defenders' numbers early on and give themselves a chance at capturing. Due to the slow reload on the laser, attackers have a limited number of shots they'll be able to take before time runs out, so it's not uncommon to see defenders try to spot them from relatively safe positions and wait for an attacker to come within effective range of their rockets. The defender's weapon reloads relatively quickly and holds 4 shots, allowing defenders to save up volleys of rockets for critical moments. The speed of the projectile makes the rocket a difficult weapon to use beyond short range. However, it also allows defenders to play area denial by spamming key points on the map, such as popular corners, doorways, jump pads, or the goal itself. Elite's 3 versus 1 rounds make for really excellent spectator sport, with plenty of clutch shots and tense plays, so be sure to check out FPSGeneral's ShootMania Elite tournament beginning December 17th and running through December 22nd. For more information, stay tuned to FPSGeneral.com and follow the ShootMania channel over at own.tv/CurseTV.
Hey guys, welcome back to the FPS General live stream. We're here for the conclusion, finally, of the ShootMania Curse Invitational, sponsored also by SteelSeries, hosted here by FPS General. I'm, of course, NVC. Below me is Zacubus, and right at the bottom is Johnny. And before we jump into the epic grand final, which will determine who is walking away between SK Gaming and Curse with $3,000 and who $1,500 for second, let me just quickly announce the winner of our previous SteelSeries Sensei Raw Gaming Mouse giveaway. It is, of course, Reavers. So if your name is Reavers, make sure you send a message to FPS General on Twitter or Own3D with your email address, and you'll get instructions on how you will be able to get hold of your brand new gaming mouse. But for this next matchup, the grand final, make sure you get your tweets in ASAP. Predict the winner between SK Gaming and Curse using the format My SteelSeries Sensei Raw is on Team A winning over against Team B with your predicted scoreline, making sure to include FPS General and Curse Network, and then you'll get selected by Johnny at random, potentially to win yourself a gaming mouse as well. But moving back, we've got an amazing game coming up. Let's just quickly have a look at the brackets just to see how both teams got to this situation. So if we go ahead and bring them up and move into the winner's bracket, you can see SK Gaming started off by beating Fritos Banditos, Monomaniac Esports, Spin Move, and then Curse, of which they then knocked down to the lower bracket. And we also had Curse taking out Viva City, Complexity, Do Not Jump, before losing to SK, where they went into the lower bracket, having to just beat Complexity, which we just saw, which was an amazing game. But I believe we actually decided, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, on doing a best of 5 with a 1-map advantage to SK. Yeah, because it was originally supposed to be 2 best of 3s, with obviously the winner bracket team, SK, having, you know, the victory if they win a single best of 3. But I guess they've decided to mix things up. Is that just for time scheduling sake, Johnny? Nodding his head politely. And yeah, I'm of course joined by Zacubus for this epic grand final. And yeah, what? And this is shaping up to be awesome. I mean, any thoughts in particular on these two teams? We've seen amazing performances from both.
Indeed, and I just don't know who to call is going to win this. It's too tough now. I was surprised that Kurst actually dropped the games against SK earlier. I was very surprised with the upset. I did say there might be an upset, and well, I was kind of right, but I still didn't expect it to happen. But I don't know. Kurst are looking strong, and they look strong against Complexity. They did all the right moves they needed to do, and let's see if they can get a 3-0 here.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the lineups, just thinking of the names in both teams, you've got ID, you've got Rafa, you've got Clark. These are absolutely huge names in the Quake Live scene. And then you look over to Curson, forgive me for being maybe ignorant of their previous history, but the only one I've had experience with before ShootMania is Tailspin, and that was in Tribes Ascend. So really, on the face of it, they're going against the mighty players that are SK Gaming. They are absolutely huge. And, on the face of it, you would give SK the advantage. But in pure playtime and just general play we've seen come out from the Curse side at events like ESWC when they were formerly Planet Express. And now since the pickup of XP3, formerly of Epsilon, they are looking to be potentially top dogs to sight coming from the losers bracket.
Indeed, and speaking of dogs, there is a lot of pedigree in that SK team, as you've said. And if they were to have babies, God, they would be ugly, but they would hit everything.
Literally everything. Yeah, they really would. But it looks like first map is going to be the map we're currently on. And like I said, one map advantage. So, no team will pick that map that SK have already won. But it does mean that they do go into the first map with a one map lead. So they are obviously feeling confident, I'm sure. And with first map, of course, now being collided, any thoughts in particular on this map?
It's a good map. There's lots of stuff you can actually do on the defensive side, but I'm going to guess they're going to go for the standard one in the archway, one in mid, and one on cage. Both teams, from what I've seen, have both done that already on Collided, and I don't expect too many changes there. But how it all differs is how the attacker approaches those situations. And I feel the weakest point on this map in particular is the mid. If they can get a pick onto mid, again, it's kind of the same thing as in Castle. Once you've got the mid pillar guy down, you have a choice of two people you want to pick. You can go for the guy left cage, or you can pick off the guy on the right and sort of close them off individually.
Yep.
Once you've made that mid push.
Yeah, this is map number 1 here in the grand final of the ShootMania Curse Invitational, hosted by FPSGeneral, sponsored also by SteelSeries. It is Buds to kick things off here for Curse on attack. Spots the player on the left-hand side cage. Interesting setup from ID, playing all the way back there in spawn. It will be Rafa to connect with the first one. Looks like Buds wants to turn his attention toward Rafa. Gets absolutely rock blocked, unable to find them the second shot. And somehow, it looks like that player is going to be able to back off now toward the point and live to fight another day. Buds now with 2 life points, 7 seconds until that point opens up. Takes 1.5 to cap it up, and against 3 defenders with 12 rockets that will regenerate. Buds in a sticky situation, bounced around the point. He's done a knockback somehow out of nowhere, able to cap up to the point. 1-0 on the board, and coming off very, very strong here in map 1 with an attacking round, Zacubus.
You dirty bastard, Buds, doing a knockback. And SK are going to be furious with that. The bouncers were so easy to hit, but they couldn't decide whether to bounce or actually shoot him, I don't think. And that was the mistakes. Easy shots were missed, and now the work has to be done to grind it back up. And who's going to do that? ID, if anybody else.
Yeah, as he's made his way past that right-hand side wall already. He knows there's a player inside of that archway. Will manage to pick him off swiftly as well. Tailspin now going down. 3 life points for ID. 13 seconds to work with until the point opens up for a further 15 seconds. Buds will respond with a rocket of his own, dropping him down out of 2 lives. This is a situation where if ID finds one shot, a 2-rocket attacker is not going to be too much of a problem for that defensive player, at least less so than if he had 3 lives. So they're going to be feeling quite confident now here, Curse, especially even though XP3's gone down. I don't think Buds is out of this one just yet. ID getting bounced away from the point. One more rocket will connect, but not the second one. ID, like you said, if anyone was going to do it, it would be ID. Has tied things up 1-1, 2 straight attacking rounds.
And ID, I believe, didn't he get 3 attacking rounds on Castle Crasher earlier? I think he did. He went huge on Castle Crasher earlier. He's just too strong right now, and totally unfazed by losing that first attacking round, and gains it back for his team. SK now 1-1, and Tailspin looking for some action, but getting denied with a fistful of rockets.
Yeah, back toward the missile fence opening. Going to make a dive in toward the middle. Pings, of course, on Tailspin's nose. They would have known exactly where he is. Rafa and ID to shut him down, making it 2-1. And that's the string of attacking rounds denied. And combo has been broken. Clock now what for SK Gaming? Can he make it 3-1 and restart the attacking onslaught? We'll see as he waits for the early spam, and looks like he wants to push down this right-hand side, deal with the player inside the archway who has actually moved back in. I'm sure it's Tailspin. We did see ID pick Tailspin off first, and this time we're going to see Clock do it again. That is a weak position, it seems, now for the Curse side. Maybe I have to think about switching things up later on, and Buds is going to caught himself out in the open as well. He'll go down for free. No XP3 in position to assist during the reload, and there comes the final one, calm and collected from the SK player. 3-1.
Clock too good, and that shot looked so dodgy. It looked like it was straight through the pole, but headshot through the little hole, I believe. Very nicely done by Clock, showing some excellent aim skills. And XP3 opens it up onto ID. ID going for a tactical maneuver, playing in the lower pit, trying to get some sneaky on the go, but it is denied instantly by XP3 by taking on that left-hand side attack route at the start. Rafa now rotating round the back. He knows that XP's moving round. Has he called it to his teammate Clock? I believe he has. And Clock is now looking in the right place, but will he get picked off here? XP3 looking for that shot, and he gets it perfectly. Attacking rounds are flying left, right and centre. Nobody can hold the defense on this map so far. Can Rafa do the impossible? Can he save it? No, he cannot. Taking a rail point blank to the face.
Such brilliant movement from XP3. Really just nailed the jump he had to hit. Gave great position on Clock. Surprised him. Clock knew he was coming from behind, but did not expect XP3 to be up there so quickly. And it's going to make it 3-2. And now Rafa on the attack. Looking at the scoreboard, we can see the 2 attacking rounds for both sides. Rafa, can he find his first as he makes his way into the middle of Collided? Zacubus, that is dirty as Rafa now will look to pick off Tailspin yet again. Can they do it for the 3rd time in a row? Rafa going to be bounced left, right and centre. It will be XP3 to connect, and from range as well. Rafa's not going to be happy with that one. And that's going to be 12 seconds now till the point opens up. Pressure's going to be on, but not. That's going to help things along just slightly as XP3 will be eliminated. 2 no more players left remaining. Rafa's going to make a dive in toward the back of the point. And now 10 seconds to get on the point, but Bud's just ready and waiting with those rockets. 3-3.
I accidentally burped and forgot to mute my mic. But anyways, it doesn't matter if it's unprofessional. I'm not very professional anyway. Now, Bud's taking off the attack and see how he can actually get this attacking round if he can. And there's going to be a surprise in store for him because SK and ID and Rafa are in position on that Garpy wall. Rockets narrowly missing Buds. And closing the trap is failing. Clock has now been knocked down on the left-hand side, and it's opened that side of the map up to him. Rafa is now trying to rotate. Buds misses the shot, gives some space to Rafa with that missing shot. ID with some nice rockets, and Rafa pushing on that clutch position now. Can ID finish this off? I believe he might be able to get some air rockets in behind. Misses the opportunity though, and Rafa shuts him down with 1 nice shot.
Yeah, brilliant stuff coming out from Rafa. And you should have just blamed Rocky the Labrador. I would have bought that one, but we've got ID up now here for SK Gaming on his attacking round as he makes his way up toward that fence. Let's have a look at the defensive setup again. We've got XP3 by the cage. Tailspin pushing out a little bit further here. ID's going to see that, and Tailspin's getting back straight in toward that archway. And of course that 3rd and final player in the middle. See what ID is going to go for first. It looks like again Tailspin. They want Tailspin down. They know he's one of the stronger players for Curse, particularly with that laser. And whilst he might not have a laser on defense, he's definitely holding a position that's stopping ID from diving across the middle. And there we go. Tailspin down. 2 more defenders remaining. Just Buds and XP3 to find. Down goes XP3. One-on-one situation. 3 lives for ID. All he has to do is waste rockets, dive on that point. Can he find them though? That is the question, as he wastes a bit of time. The rockets come out from the defender. ID hears that. Dive towards the points. Get pushed off. Maybe Buds can still hold on here. But not able to find the shot. Sensitivity perhaps a little bit too slow. 5-3.
And ID stepping up to the plate yet again. And Tailspin is yet to make an impact in this game whatsoever. 0 for 0. He is just getting picked, and that's all he's good for at the moment, which is not a good sign at the moment. He needs to change up his position, maybe switch it out with another member. He is just not holding his ground very well, and it is showing through those attacking rounds that SK have now taken the lead with. Tailspin now trying to reply and get some points back for himself and redeem himself to his teammates a little bit more. But will he just become the fail spin yet again so far on this early map?
Yeah, we'll see, as he's so far not able to find a shot just yet. He still has 2 lives to work with. Not the end of the world at the moment, the North American, as he slowly approaches that point opening, and that's a nice pick onto Clock. 2 players now to work with, 2 for 2. Remember, the defenders have 8 rockets between them, 4 each. That will regenerate. It's not a position to just dive on the point, in my opinion. That frag's certainly going to make it happen, though. 3 rockets wasted. The point would have been capped, even if he didn't find ID. Brilliant end to Tailspin's round, and certainly not Failspin, as they close the gap, 5-4.
Very, very nice recovery from Tailspin, and clearly making his point to me, not being the fail spin and having that superb lightning gun aim that he had. Superb timing as well when the pressure was clocked on, and attacking rounds are just flying everywhere now, and Clock is now going to approach Tailspin's layer of death, and this could be bad for Tailspin. Clock unlucky though, and Tailspin has finally decided to join the defensive rocket side.
I really just feel like the position Tailspin plays relies heavily on the attacker missing. If the attacker misses, you can nail 1 or 2 rockets, but if he hits, that's it, 1 player down, and I'm not entirely sure I agree with it, but for this point in time, it's definitely working in their favour. Point now opened up, 13 seconds to get on that, 1.5 to cap it up. Clock looking in dire straits. I don't think it's going to be possible here for the former Quake player, and there we go, 5-5.
Indeed, and we do have tacos in the UK, we just don't have a Taco Bell. Just clearing that up.
Yeah, for the chat.
But XP3 now on the attack, and ID and Rafa playing 2 by the Garpy wall, the front wall in the middle, and Curse XP3 is just looking at that position through the mid, and he's pushing it up, misses, takes a rocket for his miss. The pain is hurting. He's limping away. He's decided to fall back into the back of the map and just gets rock blocked on that denied on ID. Can he, at XP3, get some space? Find us some space. He does. He picks off Rafa, who was trying to rotate back into the middle. And now can he pick ID off? Misses just. And now has to find some more space in the middle. And this could be deadly. This is quite some easy rockets. And XP3 finds it. I can't believe it, and now he's just diving on the point, and Clock is really out of position, but he hits that clutch rocket from far downtown. So nice. Clock saving the day for that defensive round, and XP3 lets it slide.
Saving the day indeed. Still 3 attack rounds apiece at the moment. Can SK Rafa extend this lead to 7-5? They have a 1 map advantage going into this best of 5 grand final. And Rafa has it in him to put them 2 points away from taking second map effectively. As I perhaps should have updated the scoreboard to say that, but Rafa is currently again trying to bait our tailspins, Akibus.
Indeed, he is. The easy pick in that layer, as you said earlier, it's a hit and miss situation. You know, if the attacker's aim is on that day, you're going to have a bad time in the archway, that's for sure. Rafa taking the higher ground now and looking for position on the pole. He doesn't exactly know what he's going to do. I think he's just going to dive it, Nod Max style, and he does, but he's not shot down yet, and he manages to pick off 1, and Tailspin just gets in nice and close so he can't miss.
So close, 81% before getting boosted off that point. All he needed was a split second longer, 1.5 to capture it up, remember guys, and he would have had that round for his team, and unfortunately, It's going to stay 3 apiece for the time being as I update that overlay. And we watch Buds now. This time decide to try and take on the player behind the cage, and he will eliminate Clock. Now he has a good angle on the player returning back. Will decide to click prematurely, and ID will find his route back toward the point. Not before connecting one. Rafa going down. One-on-one situation now. Can it be Buds to extend this lead? Get this 4th attacking round for the Curse side. Go up 7-6. 8-6 after a defensive side. It would be 1 point away from tying things up 1-1. We'll see. There's Buds peeking out. Not opting to dive to the point just yet. Just wants to find the long distance shot. Throw ID off. Maybe think that he's rotated. But now he opens himself up. During the reload time, ID pops out to try and connect with rockets. The bounces are brilliant. Time's running out. 2 lives for Buds. 1 rocket. 2 rockets. Just 72% on that point. Good defense there for SK.
Good timing for that. A defensive round. ID showing his true form as a Quake legend. And now is looking to pick up his own attacking round again. He's already picked up 2. In fact, he's picked up pretty much 2 every game he's played in this tournament. He is showing that he is on fire with that railgun. Can he actually now position himself to get some extra space on this map? And I'm going to guess he's going to go for the tailspin shot. And will tailspin get rewarded, or will ID? That is the question. And ID deciding, no, you know what, I'm not going to risk it, but tailspin makes the mistake of pushing out himself, and ID baits the shot and gets it very nice. And now 2 running towards the point. Buds now trying to play a little bit more aggressive, pushing into ID, trying to get some better positioning, but he can't. And I think it's going to not pay off for Buds pretty soon, although he does get 1 rocket. 2 rockets! ID just running into Buds' rockets and panicked to the point. Buds playing some risky moves, but it pays off.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you waste a lot of time in that middle section trying to pick off players at distance, when it comes to that point opening up, it's just a matter of time of just diving on it, hoping for the best as the clock ticks down. And really, ID didn't have any other option in that situation. Just good play from Buds by the pole, really utilizing a sidestep movement. And because tailspin now opting to go all the way around the back of the map. Maybe we'll see a similar jump than we saw earlier on. No, he's going to try and bait everybody and maybe open up a shot as players move back to the point. But it's not going to happen. Will he find ID? Not going to find the shot just yet as he now turns attention toward Clock. Clock quickly getting into cover. 8 seconds till the point opens up. Good spam from Rafa. Well predictive, and really just the SK Gaming team really good on the rotates here. They make sure every inch of this map is covered, and now point opening up. 13 seconds. There goes the second life point. ID to connect. 10 seconds to get on the point. This should be an SK round. Don't think Tailspin can dive on it. No, he can't. 8-7. SK take the lead.
Indeed, and SK now on a match point if they can pick up this attacking round. And that could just leave them for literally just 1 more map win after this one, if they manage to pick up this attacking round, that is. And Clock now pushing up through the middle, relatively unscathed, not enough spam to really hold him back. But will he make the mistake of just diving into some? No, he won't. And he is going for tailspin. He's missed him, but he knows exactly where he is now and won't fall for the same mistake again. And I think he's going to go back in there. He sees the shot. Misses it. Tailspin and Buds combining some good rockets there to really hammer that home and get the 8-8. The tie is now in effect.
Yeah, now XP3 up for Curse. Let's have a look what's going on from SK Gaming. Are they going to play the same? Then we got Clock again going by the cage. Clock's job to call the crossover for XP3. Usually for the player inside the launch wheel or the right hand side wall, but we're seeing ID again play at the back of the map. They really do play defensive at SK Gaming. They don't want to lose that player early on, it seems. And you know, so far it's worked out for them. But it does allow XP3 to get into the back of the map without real harm, and XP3 knowing exactly where Rafa would be after he tried to deny tailspin last round. Well, at least managed to connect with 1 rocket here as well, so Rafa playing that position well. 2 lives now for XP3, the spam from ID coming away. Eyes always on the attacking player here for SK. Really do play the defensive side well, and now that point's opened up. XP3 needs a frag. There comes 1, but with just 1 life point remaining and that time ticking down, this is going to be very difficult. And there's ID as well, just peeking around with that rocket. 9-8.
Indeed, and good spam, good control from SK. getting the armor down and having the 2-on-1 man point. It's always a good position to be in. And now Rafa is showing some moves towards the middle area as he's up on his attacking round. And again, not enough spam coming into middle, if you ask me. Rafa's just standing there trying to take it, though. I think he should make a move maybe onto tailspin again, or maybe in towards the mid. Tries the cheeky shot onto tailspin, doesn't get rewarded for it though. And now he's going to try again.
Yeah, Rafa knows that tailspin's been baited out before, so he's just trying to get him away. This time goes in for the challenge. Tailspin going to be able to connect with one rocket. Rafa has to think to himself now that it's not worth it. Points opening up. He does have position on tailspin moving back, and he'll find it as well. 2 players now remaining. Where is the second one? Rafa does spot XP3 by the point. Buds will peek out as well. Rockets have been wasted, but Rafa's going to eat 2 of them. That's going to tie things up yet again, 9-9.
They were passing Rafa with rockets towards the end there. That was very, very nice. Buds to XP3. Very, very nice. Now, Buds on the attack. Let's see how his attack path will go. Getting rock blocked straight away. Missing some easy rail shot maybe for him. And that's an interesting position to be in for ID. Right at the back of the map. Rafa is already back there as well. This is kind of a cold win tactic, if you ask me. Really, really defensive style. Now Clock has moved up and maybe gets some free rockets here, but he misses out. And so does Buds. Both missing each other, and Rafa is taken down from miles away. Very, very nice shot from Buds. Can he get this opening lead now for his team? Will he be able to pick up Clock? He does! And now he's only got 1 left on the point with 3 lives left. This is really looking good for him, but he's wasting time up there. He has time to spend. And oh, he doesn't need it because he'll just shoot him instead.
1 round away now, Curse, from evening things up 1-1. That default map for SK going in favour of them. Coming from the winner bracket, Curse getting knocked down in the winner bracket final to the losers bracket. Now, on odds here to tie things up, and that definitely so. After a rocket from XP3 from across the map, he cannot afford to walk into that. And now, will ID go in for the all-out attack on Tailspin? I don't think he'll want to risk it, you know. He has to hit it, otherwise he'll lose this map. And you can see the rocket bounces coming in. I haven't really seen too many of them this tournament, I have to say. But
indeed, it's difficult to do though. And ID now taking a lot of spam rockets in. He's oh, sorry, my game has just crashed.
That's okay. Well, as he was taking spam rockets, he lost the round. That's going to be 11-9. Curse able to tie things up here in the grand final of the ShootMania Curse Invitational, hosted by FPSGeneral, sponsored by SteelSeries. We do have a game and a half on our hands. This is a best of 5 now at 1-1, and whoever predicted that both of these teams would have at least 1 round each on Twitter is already in the chance with winning a SteelSeries Cincy Royal Gaming Mouse. We have an amazing amount of matches left to come. I'm interested to see what the next map is going to be. And really, just
Solar Flare. Solar Flare is called up again. So SK favouring this map quite a bit. Sorry about the last round there, lads. That was so annoying. I seem to have alt-tabbed randomly by mistake. And I was like, what do I call now? What do I do?
Learn to window, you noob. Learn to window.
Yes, true.
F11. Hit it twice. Most people don't know that, actually. If you hit 11, it just automatically full screens and window and puts it in a window. It's good. But,
that's good.
Yeah, here we go. Onto Solar Flare. All tied up 1-1. Any weaknesses you're perhaps seeing in the SK side, or maybe even the Curse side you think could be exploited?
Well, I honestly thought that Tailspin was going to give that last map away. I mean, he did eventually get some defense rockets and did provide an attacking round as well, but I still think he was letting the side down for the first 5-6 rounds. It was just that SK just didn't hold on to the leads that they gradually got, which is really, really unlucky. And let's see how they actually do on their home map now, which is Solar Flare, which is defense incredibly heavy.
Yeah, well, it looks like XP3 just taking a quick break. So hopefully it won't be too long. But I mean, Solar Flare, you can see it. It's a very defense-heavy map. You spawn at the lower end of the screen where you can see XP3, and you spawn at the top end of the screen if you're a defender where you can see Rafa. And really, the only routes the attacker has are to go around the outside of the map. You can challenge straight down, directly down the middle where you can see Clock and ID, but it's almost a death pit and a half. It's very difficult to dodge the crossfire, and whether XP3 is back or not, I don't know. No, it doesn't look like it. And yeah, really, I'm interested to see how we're going to see the attackers approach the map. I mean, usually you see them push down the right-hand side, but what we did see earlier on from Curse was them mixing it up. And SK as well, not only pushing the right side, but also dabbling a little bit on the middle. So I think as long as they utilize the time they have, they mix things up, then, you know, both of these teams could take the map.
Yep, indeed. And remember to turn on the overlay.
I will.
Okay, I'm just saying. Just being nice. God,
David
don't ever do it, the MVC.
To be fair, I did forget earlier on, so I'll let you off.
Ooh, Rafa starting up on this time. So picking for the SK team is map dependent. Rafa feeling that he is stronger to attack first on this map, which is a nice thing to see. Obviously, the guy in third position always gets some stick. Being a third player myself, I had that a lot in Dignitas. But now Rafa, hopefully, opening up some attacking rounds for SK. And he's looking up to Tailspin. He knows he's there. He wants some Tailspin. Likes a bit of Baloo.
And this is the thing with Rafa. What you've got to realise if you're in Rafa's shoes is that constantly XP3 is tagging him. So all the time, the Curse team know exactly where Rafa is behind that terrain. And Rafa's got to be always on air, and XP3 just diving out around the corner. Unexpected, I think, and 2 swift rockets to the noggin. 1-0.
Indeed, very nice stuff there from XP3. Now Buds straight up on the attack, and is going to go for the same mid route as Rafa did, and the spam rockets fly in, nothing hits, and he's going straight for ID, but takes some pain now because of it. Buds now trying to dive off, get out of the map. He has done. ID has spotted it. They know where he's going. Rafa spamming from above, getting those pings onto Buds to alert his teammates. Clock ready for action, but decides Buds, that's not a good way to jump across there. It's a death trap. Goes up top, but narrowly avoiding some spam rockets. But oh, nice shot onto Clock. Buds then decides to try and leg it, but obviously ID was having none of it.
Yeah, leg it into direct rocket after direct rocket. ID to shut him down 1-1, all tied up, and now we've got ID up now here for SK Gaming. Gonna have a look what's going on again. You can see, sorry, XP3 at the top, Buds on the left hand side of middle, and Tailspin on the right. So you've got so many options for these players to ping, and it looks like again we're going to see ID push up the middle. I'm sure, like we saw earlier on, he'll swiftly drop down to that lower right, come in from behind if he needs to. But right now he wants to pick off Buds or Tailspin. He feels like he can take this shot, but they're just not giving it him. Here comes the push up. He will manage to eliminate Tailspin. Out comes Buds. Buds missing absolutely everything. Meanwhile, XP3 dropping down. ID so calm, able to find that third shot as well. 2-1.
Superb stuff from ID, and showing why they picked this map. He is exploiting a map which has little weaknesses, and he is doing it so well. Picking off Tailspin, picking off Buds, and then going for the XP3, who has no other option but to dive onto the point and try and save the round. But obviously ID too strong with his aim, hitting everything right now.
Yeah, now at the back of the map, going to come up around the side of the terrain. He's going to almost get knocked off, but just holding ground. 2-1 on the score. Can he tie things up? I don't know at this point. 1 life point remaining for those 3 defenders. This is looking dim as XP3 tries the unexpected jump and going to get punished by ID. But really in that situation, you got to try something a little bit different.
Indeed, and they have to mix it up a little bit now, Cursed. Otherwise, this map can landslide quite badly, even with a 1-0 lead, which they have. And let's see how Clock will attempt to attack this. He is going for exactly the same routine as Rafa and ID. And straight onto tailspin, but misses the shot, rock blocked. But he doesn't take any damage for it. He's still looking in good shape. He knows he has to get up on this left-hand side, and he's probably been pinged by XP3 now, and narrowly misses him as well. Spam rockets come in from either side. A clock looking to go down and does so. Nice defense from Curse. Let's see if I can keep it up and get an attacking round mind.
Yeah, indeed. We've got tailspin up now again. Just to reiterate, we do see that attacking round for ID. Curse need to find one to even it up themselves, and whether we can find out if we'll be able to do it or not, we'll see. 30 seconds until the point opens up. Moving around the back right of the map now, spots Rafa in the distance in his usual position. We have seen Clock jump up a couple of times. Will he jump up to assist Rafa? We'll see, as Tailspin looks like he wants to find this frag. Yes, he will! Tailspin's going to get knocked down, but thankfully now there is a bounce pad to make your way back up top of the map. Earlier in the game, beta 1, there was not. And there we go. Tailspin back into an okay situation, but there comes the second rocket from Rafa. Rafa relentless, going to eliminate Clock finally, as it tells him to hold position. One-on-one situation. Clock not going to assist because it is just ID Rafa, and they're going to be able to do enough. 4-2.
Nicely done. And that jump pad, you know, why is nobody ever taking that route? It's quite a good route to take right now. You could just jump off the end, get up, round the back for free sometimes. Teams don't rotate that quickly up to top, so you could get off there scot-free. Yet nobody is doing it.
Yeah, it is interesting. Maybe they've just tried it in practice, and maybe it just takes too much time out of not really shooting anything, because at least coming down this right-hand side does give you multiple angles to fire off that laser at the defenders. So maybe this, just for them, is the better way to approach things. But right now, Rafa's not able to find any of those shots. Still has 3 to go up against.
Indeed, and spam rockets narrowly missing Rafa. Rafa looking for the guy at the top. Takes some rockets to the face though. Still got 2 lives left. He's looking in okay shape, but if he can just pick off one guy now, which he can't do with that rocket block and time running out, 5 seconds left, he's not going to make anything of this round. A little bit too slow getting round the map, and unfortunately not being able to get the payoff.
Yeah, and still SK going to hold on to this lead they have, and that one attacking round could be enough to take this. We'll see. Bud's moving around the right-hand side of the map again. The common attacking route finds ID on the left side. Oh my god, I'm saying routes. I'm turning into a North American as this cast progresses. Something I learnt from casting Tribes Ascenders, not to cast with Americans. Watching Buds now as he's taking 2 rockets to their face. We'll finally eliminate Clock. Just a one-on-one situation now. As we have Buds. Can he find this shot? He has plenty of time to open up multiple angles. And whether ID is going to go down here. Big miss from Buds. ID going to keep his life for just a moment. We're going to switch on to ID as he does have position. That attacking player does have to drop down, but he won't do that. He'll wait for the shot and find the frag. 4-4.
Nicely done. Buds truly on form tonight. He is showing that he is large and very much in charge. And this defense is set up for the Curse guys. Buds left. Tailspin on the right side of that wall, mid wall, and XP3 on the very top. And ID is going for what he did to score the first attacking round on this map, straight up the mid. And I'm guessing he's going to focus straight onto Tailspin after he's done a nice quick shot onto XP3, missing by 3 millimeters, and so unlucky.
Yeah,
can he find a shot? Can he find Tailspin's head? He can. But he's taking some damage, unfortunately. And now he needs to figure out how he's going to get to this point. How is he going to risk it? He can't afford to make another miss.
Yeah, brilliant work from Curse as well during the reload time, just to push out. If they gave him another opportunity, that was just one more chance that the SK player of ID had to potentially turn that round around in his favour. And Curse cannot afford to lose an attacking round, really. As even though they have managed to find that attacking side, they'd rather it stay even for the time being, as XP3 Makes his pass up this middle side. Now looking for Clock. Well, they're both going to find him. And that is an awkward angle to take. It really just surprised me these players are going for them. But maybe they're just gambling on their player peeking out, being a little bit overconfident. And, you know, so far it's not going to work in favour of XP3. And, you know, effectively, when you put it all into context, that is about 25 seconds now that XP3 has wasted, not able to find the shot. But he has at least put pressure on the SK side consistently. Whether he's now able to turn this into his favour, we'll see as the jump across comes in. Has he been pinged? You can see the spam coming out. ID's going to connect with one. There's the second one. And Clark will finish things off 5-5. Good stuff again.
Indeed, very good stuff from the SK defense and knocking it back down. Cursed 5-5, and to be honest, I actually thought an odd Mac scenario could happen there when the time was ticking down with 3 lives left. It seems very tempting at some points just to do it, and I actually thought Curse might have tried it there, but Clock on the attack and pushing up this top left, just narrowly missing that shot through the tree. And he's going for it again, and is not rewarded. He is just taking damage, and he is going to get surrounded pretty soon, I would guess. No, but no people trying to help him out, help his teammates out. Just taking down XP3.
Yeah, if you jump up that spot, there's a chance you could fall down into the water. But yeah, that point has opened up now. There's 2 defenders remaining. Clark with just a single life. Looking unlikely, Zacubus. Can you see a ray around this? I wouldn't think so, as he makes the dive down, misses the laser. And there comes the punishment. 6-5.
Indeed, and as I was trying to say, I honestly thought that Curse would have backed up his XP3 up there. Obviously, after the first rocket was hit, there was a lot of time in between there to jump up there. But no teamwork needed up there. But Curse pick up the round anyway. And now, Tailspin going towards the back of the map again. See if he can get these picks. Looking up towards Rafa, he wants to get up top. And this is probably the easiest way to get up top at the moment, going around the back here, and Rafa in the cage, doing some nice spam, and I guess Clock is going to jump up, but Rafa unable to finish the job. It takes off 2 lives, and Tailspin has decided to jump off the map, and hits the jump pad. I thought he was going to fall into some water there, but obviously not. And Tailspin now has to make his mind up. Which position does he have to go for? He hears Clock is moving out, and he's going to go for the Clock kill. Narrowly misses ID instead. And now Tailspin has no time. He's running out of time. And this is going to be GG. 6-6.
Yeah, I mean, nice idea to just dive on that frag toward Clock. Clock dropped down. He could have caught him in air, but Clock just too quick. Good timing. And was able to save and hold on to that round. We got Rafa up now here for SK Gaming. Wouldn't surprise me to see Rafa push down this left-hand side. I have a feeling maybe he'll give it a go, or is he just going to go with what he's used to and push down the middle? It looks like that's the case, just trying to bait out XP3, missing by just 15 centimeters, which is more than it looks, but here comes focus on toward Tailspin, going to miss the shot. This is an all-or-nothing dive in, and despite losing 2 lives, he'll eventually make it work to some extent, finding the frag, but just 1 life point against these 2 players. The question is, how is he going to approach this point now? Will he just come directly at the middle? Will he waste some more time and go on the outside of the map? I don't think he has time to do that, so he's left with just 1 option, and that is hope for the best here, that he does not get surrounded. He cannot miss. If he misses one, so okay, he's managed to get behind the donut, but you can see, even during that single miss, the Curse player pushes out XP3 and able to shoot him down 7-6.
Indeed, and knowing the weakness of that reload time, that is why XP3 did that. He knew he could have just finished the round off, and obviously Rafa needed to reset his jump and get his stamina back up, and it was just bad timing from Rafa. Unlucky there, but Bud's now moving towards the mid area. I'm sure that rocket just hit him, but narrowly escaping it. Rafa doing some pinging work now, trying to ping up to Buds for his teammates, and obviously it's done something because the rockets have now just flyed in, done some damage. Bud's denied again from those rock blocks. And again, he's just getting hit. 1 more life left for Buds, and not been able to find these shots onto SK. This map just seems impossible with all those rock blocks going on, MVC.
Yeah, but still, Buds could maybe, short of a miracle, turn things around. But yeah, not going to happen. And that's going to make it 7-7. Yeah, those rock blocks really are game-changing at the moment. We see it in every game. There's always a situation. If it's Quake Live, it's a grenade hitting you in a ridiculous situation. If it's TF2, it's you dying to full damage. If it's ShootMania, it is simply hitting rocket after rocket after rocket. It is so frustrating. I'm sure it makes you want to facepalm, maybe hit a few mouses. I don't know, but right now they need to keep it together because ID is in position now to potentially take them towards map point. But on the defensive side, Curse should be able to hold on to this and get there themselves, as XP3 will be the first one to connect with a rocket. That's going to put ID down to 2 lives. Another laser missed from ID, and this isn't going to be looking good here for the SK player. It's about that time we have to drop down. There's a mistake from XP3, caught in midair with his pants down. 2 more players left remaining. Down goes Buds. Cantail's been doing here on his second round. Gets roadblocks on the point. Hits him during the reload time. Brilliant stuff from ID. So calm, so collected. And there comes the frag. 8-7 map point for SK Gaming.
ID totally braining his opponent. He baited that he was going for the jump. His opponent moved out of the top area where it was safe, takes the bait so well, and then shots out of nowhere from ID. And now XP is forced to do the same. And can he provide for his team? SK just need to defend this, and they've got the map back, and it's all down to 1 map for SK then.
Yeah, look at this. Rafa trying to get the rotating clock, didn't make the jump over, instead wanted to hold position on the point. Rafa is all by himself. Somebody starts singing the song, but so far he's doing okay. Rafa and ID able to hit rockets nonetheless. Clock to finish. Second map here in favour of SK Gaming.
Indeed, very nice stuff, and hopefully, let's see how Curse can reply on this potentially final map for them. If they win it, it goes to another map. If they lose it, it is GG. SK have won $3,000 and Curse go home with 1,500, I believe. Yep. Yes, that is correct.
And if you have just joined us, the reason why this is just the third map, rather, is because SK Gaming do have a default win on map number 1 coming from the winners bracket in this best of 5. So if we call best or call third map, it's actually 4th map technically, but you know, you get what we're saying. And so wait to see what the map is.
Yes, should we restart Skype quickly because it's approaching the 4-hour period where it cuts off?
Yeah, I will quickly restart the call then. Why not?
Okay.
Tell these players to hold on for just a second.
Yeah. Hey.
Right, welcome back to the call. Yeah, that's pretty annoying that we have a 4-hour limit, but I guess we have to work with it. Probably in hindsight, we should have done it before the grand final, but you know, without going too much off topic, I'll let these guys know we're ready to go, because I desperately want to kick off map number 4. SK Gaming with that 2-map advantage now in position. If they can take Castle Crasher, which we have seen some ridiculous performances from SK in the tournament, to take $3,000, $1,500 for the loser, which at this point in time could well likely be Curse, which ironically enough is one of our tournament sponsors in many ways, Curse Network. So we'll see whether FPSGeneral will be giving money back to Curse in the form of $3,000 or $1,500. Either way, Curse performing very well across the board, not only for the community, but also for themselves here in the esports game ShootMania. And live here on map number 4 we go, Zaculus.
Indeed, and it seems that Rafa is going to be attacking first again for SK. So obviously favouring this map on attack. Or maybe I'm wrong. No, the order is ID, maybe.
Well, I think it goes based... Oh, yeah, I don't know, actually, because on the scoreboard we have Rafa at the top, and on the top left we have ID. So I think it goes by the top left. So that would be, yeah, ID to attack first. And, no, maybe not, because we've got Buds attacking first. So maybe it is by the scoreboard. I don't even know anymore. What I do know is this is map number 4, and it is Buds attacking first for SK Gaming. Going to avoid all of that spam. Come in straight away looking for that early shot on toward Rafa. Going to miss. And meanwhile, you can see ID just push in toward behind him. There comes the first rocket. There comes the second rocket. And the third. Brilliant stuff from ID. 1-0 straight on the board here for SK Gaming.
The Canadian hero really stepping it up there and showing some awesome rockets. And showing no fear as well to just tackle that situation by himself. And nice spam coming in from Tailspin, knocking Rafa down to 1 HP left. And now how will Rafa be able to respond to this? I think respond by death. Yes, he will die. And he died very quickly.
Yeah, respond by death indeed. 1-1. Switching things around now to Tailspin. The curse as he makes his way in. And as we go, your webcam isn't working on Skype, so you may want to get that changed before the end. We're watching Tailspin as he gets hit by one direct rocket to the face from ID. Tailspin's going to respond with a frag onto Rafa, though. And let us see now. Looks like Tailspin wants to make a pass down this right-hand side. Get positioned on the point. You can see Clock and ID just trying to close the gap. And meanwhile, he will find ID. Just Clock remaining. Tailspin with 2 lives has at least 2 more opportunity for 3 shots. And yet, there we go. Shuts him down. 2-1 on the board. And Curse get their first attacking round on the board.
Tailspin stepping up to the plate. As he should. He had some rough rounds earlier on tonight, but now he has stepped up and is looking sharp. And with that first attacking round, how will SK decide to attack back with ID going in and attacking second? But he is taking a lot of pressure now. And now they Curse trying to close the gap in on that cage area, but actually misses out on some rockets. But hits one towards the end, and oh, that long-range spam coming from Buds, who was retreating back to the point. So nice. Prediction rocket all the way from downtown.
Yeah, they're going to keep hold of their lead for the time being. Watching XP3 now as he makes his way into the middle of the map, waits for the spam to cross. That of course gives the SK player ID chance to get in toward the middle cages. You can see Clock to his left. I want to switch on to him as we see the crossover by XP3 trying to get some ground on those defenders all the way back by the point, losing 2 lives in the process. This is not looking too good for XP3 despite getting all of this ground, and now it's only a matter of time until you see Clock come in. He needs support from ID. Where has ID gone? Has ID left Clock to his own? It looks like it is. XP3 going to drop down the hole and rotate around, or is he just trying to bait it out? You can see Rafa trying to come to the other exit. ID at the bounce pad exit as well, and it will be ID to shut him down. Brilliant stuff and coordination from the SK players. One took every exit. Good stuff there from SK Gaming.
Indeed, but I think they could have finished it a lot earlier with an educated push and a call from his teammate. Obviously, he probably used his push to talk and couldn't transmit the data that he was still fighting there, but now we have Clock on his attacking round and taking some early rocket damage already, and there's some sneaky pushing coming in from behind.
Yeah, not able to do anything with it. Clock will find one of his own, put him down to 1 life point. He does get eliminated there. Just Buds and XP3 remaining. Buds will go down. 1-on-1 situation here. 1 life for Clock. He cannot die on this point. He needs this frag. He needs to wait for it, and he needs to take it calm and collectively. Can he do it though? Yes, he can. Waits for it. XP3 goes down. That's going to make it 3-3, and there's that attacking round they desperately needed, Zacubus.
Indeed, and SK can breathe easy for a while, which is nice for them. And Buds now on the attack, going straight through the middle. It seems very open, almost running into that spam rocket. Dives into the mid area, narrowly avoiding it, and now picking up Rafa. ID tries to get some spam rockets, but he just gets his head blown off instead. Now it's all down to Clock. Just when they had that breather, it is all changed. 2 lives left for Bud. Clock now on the rotation. He is trying to gain some ground and is by mid-donut now. Buds knows where he is and almost jumps into some nicely predicted spam rockets. And oh, Clock did not hear him coming. He did not hear him coming round that corner. on that hard gravel, which you usually would have been able to hear, but looking the completely wrong way, and Clock almost saved the day there.
Yeah, see, most players in that situation, if you were the attacker, would have stood on the pole. He knew that Clock had to make the mistake of jumping up to the platform, but he said, you know what, I'm going to go and find the kill myself. He won't expect that, and expected he did not, as he found that round. And this round, we're seeing Rafa attack already lost a life to Birds. Out comes XP3, going to eliminate another one, but will go down. Revenge had from Rafa, and now Rafa needs to find a way to eliminate Birds and push up this left-hand side, because these two players are locking down that route toward the point. We've got 9 seconds until it opens up, 15 seconds after that, 1.5 to cap it up. As here he comes moving down this left-hand side. Where is Birds? He's made up to the rail platform. Rafa's going to be aware of that. Birds going to miss the shot. Rafa's going to rely heavily on hitting it, and he will do as well. Out of nowhere, Tailspin able to find the rockets and save the day. 5-3.
Tailspin out of stamina, does the leap of faith jump. It was an obvious jump, but Rafa slightly just a little bit out of position to dodge those rockets and just gets clipped in the face. Just so unlucky, Rafa having that almost awesome position there, but slightly unlucky after his conflict with Buds on the rail platform. But now we have Tailspin on the attack, and he's looking to push Clock here, who is out in the open but misses again. Rockets coming in, and now he's fallen back down. How will he approach this? Will he go? It looks like he's going to climb back up and try and do the jump again. So the call has been made and the defense has been reset. Clock now out in the open. That right side is opened up, but it's now closed down by Clock with some nice prediction rockets.
Good stuff from SK, really. As soon as they saw him drop down, it'd move to the front of the cage, get the call for if the attacker did decide to come back up. Meanwhile, you had Rafa pushing away toward the bounce pad, and their final player at the standard tunnel exit really just got that rotation on lockdown so quickly. And good stuff to see. We've got ID up now here on the attack. He needs to get this, and that's going to definitely help him onto XP3. 2 more defenders remaining, 3 lives here to work with. He needs to try and not lose a life. That's going to assist. Down goes Buds. 1 more player remaining. Will ID challenge, or will he just back away and make sure he has position on the point? He looks like he wants the frag earlier. That's going to allow Tailspin to connect with 1. Can Tailspin save 2 rounds? I have no idea why ID is trying to just go for the frag. It seems risky at best. And will Tailspin be able to capitalize? So far not, as ID now surely has to start thinking about the point. He has 1 more potential shot on Tailspin, and he'll hit it. So despite giving Tailspin that extra chance, he will finally find the round for himself. There's that attacking round tied up 5-5.
And ID taking some risks there. He did the perfect plays to get the picks, and then decides that, you know what, I could take this guy, I could take this guy. Maybe I can't take this guy. Maybe I should rotate onto position now. The time's running out. But luckily gets the easy jump shot towards the end, and Tailspin slightly unlucky not to land some more rockets. But XP3 taking some damage, but taking down one of those defenders, and he's only on 1 life now left. How will SK defend this? How will they rotate round? Still caught in the mid area. And let's see if I can get my overlays back on. Yes, ID now moving in with the team, but Rafa is then picked. Time is running out. He needs to make a move. ID now. No. XP3, why did he fire? He could have played out that firing. ID picks it off with a nice rocket. If XP3 didn't fire, I swear he would have won that round. He would have had much more time to work with.
That's the thing, if you don't fire in that situation, the pressure is constantly on the defender. He has to think about his movement, think about where he's going to fire the rockets, and then actually make it work for him. Instead, XP3 fired, gave the defender the opportunity there just to get into a good position, close enough to find the rocket. But now we're watching Clock as he pushes down this left-hand side, going to narrowly miss the shot on toward Tailspin. This is going to allow him to push away, but this is some good closing of the gap by the cursed players. Clock somehow still alive, but again going to miss yet another laser. That's going to be the death of him. XP3 to shut him down 6-6. All tied up now here on Castle Crasher.
Curse going in for the group hug and closing in on Clock, and he did not like being hugged with flaming hot rockets. But still, Bud's now on attack and playing at a little bit slower pace, avoiding all the spam. And now, how will he open this up? And Rafa looks to be in a bad position here, but he is not picked. Luckily, avoiding it, but Bud's now in good position to the pole. The SK team now have to have a good push team synergy here. Hopefully Clock doesn't get too ridiculous and gets overconfident and gets picked here. And that could happen. But luckily he responds with rockets. But Clock is still on his own out there. Rafa and ID now straight to the point. And 2 lives left for Buds. 2 lives and 1 Rafa. How can this be done? Will Buds be able to take this further? SK have the lead, but they could lose it here if they are not careful. And it looks like Rafa is going to be able to save the day. No, he isn't. Buds walks onto the point and captures it. Nod Max style.
The bounces were absolutely brilliant from Rafa, but he was not able to find that final rocket, just only eliminating one of those 2 lives. And very unfortunate there for Rafa, former Quake Live professional player. And now he's on attack. Can he instead take an attacking round? We'll see as he looks to focus on this player in the middle arch. He does have a small opportunity here to push down that right-hand side, but if we know Curse like we know Curse, as soon as he moves, they're all going to sandwich him in. There comes the first rocket, the second, and the third from Tailspin. Brilliant stuff, and here we go. Map point, looking to tie things up here, 2-2. It is Tailspin on the attack.
Indeed, and how can they walk away with this attacking round now? That is the question. Tailspin, if anybody's going to do it, Tailspin can definitely do it. He is looking strong on this map, 10 defensive rockets, 1 attacking round. And now he is just finding that weak spot. He is looking for that peak. And how has he made up his mind? I think he's still looking towards Rafa. He's still looking towards this mid-cage, and then the push. And Rafa gets some nice, excellent rockets in, and Clock replies with some from behind. Nicely done. ID looking a little bit shaky there, getting caught in the mid, but it doesn't matter when you've got teammates like Rafa and Clock looking out for you.
Yeah, Rafa says, Tailspin, you can do that to me, but I'm going to do it right back at you. Brilliant stuff there from Rafa. And now, oh, ID losing a life so very early from that long-range spam. I think XP3 jumping up to that rail platform. You can see him just peeking away. No, it's Tailspin, in fact, or maybe even both of them. We could have 2 players on the rail platform here looking to shut things off. Remember, ID has to take this round, or we are going to a 5th and final map. That's exactly what Curse won, as they are 1 map down currently. ID rotating back around now, knows that there could be a player on that rail platform waiting for the call. Tailspin goes down, big miss from Tailspin. Could ID tie this one? A big miss on toward Buds. We got 5 seconds, the point will open up, 4:15, 2 lives, 2 players, 8 rockets between them. Can ID eliminate one of these? Where is XP3? XP3 goes down. Buds remaining. ID to save the day. Yet again, he's going to miss the railgun. Buds trying to bounce him away. 4 seconds to get on the point. Another miss rail. He needs to get time on it. I don't know if he's got enough. 50% only before the frag comes in. Curse going to take this and make it 2-2.
So close. ID... He finds the impossible out of nothing sometimes. He can find those little gifts that these teams give him, and he is able to exploit them, but just so unlucky on that last round to save his team and to win, well, tie it up so maybe they could win it back. But now it's going to have to go to the 3rd and final map, and Curse must be feeling quite strong now. This could be it.
Yeah, this is day 4 of the ShootMania Curse Invitational, hosted by FPSGeneral, sponsored also by SteelSeries. We're going all the way to the 5th and final map of the tournament to decide who will take 1st place and $3,000. Who will take 2nd place and $1,500. Curse, of course, coming from the losers bracket, had a 1-map disadvantage, now made that up. Won 2 maps. SK Gaming just 1. That's 2-2. And final map is going to be Paladin. And if I know Paladin like I know Paladin, I'm very interested to see what SK Gaming are going to be doing. Whether they're going to try and mix things up. We've seen ID and Rafa play very well together, with Clock just sitting in the cage round after round, letting the other 2 mix it up. Whereas Curse seemed to play static. XP3 at the back, Tailspin at the back of the ramp, and Buds in the cage round after round. And I'm very interested to see whether SK Gaming are going to take that risk that could potentially win them the game, but it could also lose them 1 or 2 attacking rounds, Accubus.
Indeed, and it did before, if I remember correctly. But they managed to make up for it as well. So it's risky, but I think it's the right strategy. It just all depends on the communication of the teamwork and having those pins down so your teammates can locate the enemy as quickly as possible.
Indeed, and here we go. We're going to find out who will attack and defend. I'm not entirely sure, so this will be as surprising for me as some of you at home, I'm sure. But again, just to reiterate, for SK Gaming in this fifth and final out, we have ID, Rafa, and Clock. For Curse, we have Buds, Tailspin, and XP3, and it will be Curse to defend first. Who is going to be the attacking player for SK Gaming? We've seen things switch up map after map after map in this event, and here in the final map, it is going to be Quake Live World Champion Rafa up first here on Paladin.
Indeed, and should Curse be scared of Rafa right now? Are they feeling more comfortable? Do they feel they can take this now that they have the momentum, that they've won those previous 2 hard games, and really being able to take the lead and take home that $3,000? Rafa with some opening shots already, nothing hitting, favouring towards this left side, looking for the jump shot, nothing shown. Curse playing it safe. They don't want to give away a free kill to Rafa, but they might just do that with XP3 doing some risky triple peeks there, and Rafa not taking the earlier shot. Slightly unlucky, and Rafa baiting that. He's ran away, going back mid, but he hasn't. And misses the flick shot, but maybe gets the air shot. No, rock blocked. And, wow, picks off Tailspin instead with that quick reload that he had, but now looking like it's going to be trouble, and it is, as he jumps towards the point and is neutralized in the air.
Yeah, and we see time and time again here on Paladin, all the defensive side are looking for is 3 players when that point opens up. It's such an easy point to defend. It's very narrow, that area, and that was just gifted to Curse in many ways. Rafa did manage to get to that point with 3 lives almost, but you know, in that situation you really need a frag first, and Buds turning his attention straight away toward Clock. I'm not sure where ID and Rafa is. Buds is expecting the rotate. They're not going to come in though just yet. I want to have a quick look at what's going on. Look at this, Rafa and ID at the back of the map. Buds just now going to push up the ramp. Surely now he's going to be going down. He will find Clock though, but just 1 life remaining for these defensive players. I almost already found that frag there, but narrowly rock blocks. Just getting away with that one there. The defensive SK player, I believe it was Rafa. Point opening up 3 seconds. There goes another rock block. Buds again, perhaps the most unlucky man here in the Curse Invitational with those rock blocks. Time running out. 1 life. Rafa's going to shut him down 1-1.
You say unlucky, but he has won probably the most attacking round for Curse right now. So he's doing obviously something right for them, and let's see how lucky ID can get on his attacking round now, as he has also been the team carrier in terms of attacking rounds for SK. Both incredibly strong attackers, and it's good to see them facing off in this grand final like this. And ID now looking for that shot onto XP3 at the top of the map, narrowly missing it, and looking for Tailspin, and gets it. Awesome shot. Tailspin over-peeked a little bit too much. I don't know why he kept double-peeking. He knew where he was, and XP3 now going down. This is looking very, very good for ID. And now he will pick it off easily with that jump shot. Buds opened up so easily for him there. He got stuck between the pole. Couldn't decide how he was going to move. Nobody even fired a rocket towards ID. Fear was struck into their eyes.
I mean, I didn't even see the first shot on Tailspin, but it must have been insane. I was watching Bud's perspective from the cage. He was waiting to give the call toward XP3 that the attacking player ID was rotating around the back. It never came. Buds was like, is he going to go? Is he not? Is he going? Is he not? And then just Tailspin died. Brilliant stuff from ID. Now Tailspin opting to go around the back of the map. Can Tailspin make something magical happen here and get an attacking round for his team? Remember, this is the 5th and final map here in the Curse Invitation. He flops the jump up. Clock's going to respond with a railgun from the platform. Will Clock back off toward the point? Is he going to stay back on there? It looks like he's holding ground. Tailspin rock blocked, but no one behind him to hit anyway. Point opening up now, 2 seconds. Clock must have moved back. Yeah, there you go. He's back in position. 3 people by the point. 2 life points. He's still not lost a life point here, Tailspin. With these 2 lives, it could be enough. Down goes Rafa as well. 1-on-1 situation, and he'll find it. Brilliant stuff here from Tailspin. Wow.
Wow, indeed. And the little mistakes just showing there for SK. They had so much control in that situation, but the little peaks, the little jumps that Rafa did, it all added up. And then Tailspin able to get that attacking round back, and must be feeling good right now. 2-2, and Clock diving onto this left-hand side.
Yeah, we always say attacking rounds are the most difficult to get, but, you know, this tournament, every team has had a response to the other, and SK Gaming and Curse going right down to the wire here. Clock making his way around the back of the map. Like the previous attackers, will flick on toward Buds, but not before Buds find two of his own. Clock will then eliminate X3. Is Clock going to find one of his own? Tailspin has to come back to the point. He does make that drop off. Clock aware of those two rockets coming in. I'm surprised he's not got position, instead opting to take the bounce pad. He needs to hit this shot or dodge effectively, and his dodging will be effective. 3-2, 3 again consecutive attacking rounds in this matchup.
Oh, the Curse guys are going to be raging after such an easy 2 rocket lead onto Clock, and then the awesome 180 flick that Clock responded with, picking off then 2 teammates and walking onto the point to finish it off. So nice from Clock. A very clutch time. So hard to do at that particular point when you're only on 1 life left, and getting those results is exactly something that SK would need right now. And XP3, top left at this moment, looking for Rafa at the top of this map, but nothing is there. Rotations coming down. ID almost giving away an easy shot, but Rocket jumps into safety. Now right in the face of XP3. And Clock and Rafa will close it off, or Clock will just close it off with 2 awesome rockets and rails.
Yeah, switched on to Rafa there to see what he was looking at, but Clock just had that on lockdown. Brilliant stuff from the rail platform. Of course, switching out those rockets for the zoom and the railgun, or laser, is actually what it's called here in ShootMania. And how the crosshair works, those long distance shots whilst you're on the rail platform make it a whole lot easier. As Rafa makes his way around the back of the map here on his attacking round. Now comfortable with that attacking round advantage. This time XP3, rather than Bud's going to connect with 2 rockets, and Tailspin yet again, the triple or the double air. We saw that a couple of times on Castle Crasher, and now here on Paladin. Good stuff on defense, and they can't afford to lose an attacking round, so Curse really doing everything they can.
Indeed, Bud's stepping up to the plate. Will he try something different? Everybody seems to be going on that left-hand side, and it does look like he wants to go for some Clock action. Wow. But he is receiving rockets from Rafa up top and take down Clock on that point. But will he receive some rails from ID, who's on rail pads? No, he does not. ID now moving off the pads and doing some pushing action. Decides, no, it's not such a great idea. Buds knows where I am. He's trying to search out for Rafa, though, instead. Bud's now going for ID. And ID has not spotted him. Yes, he has. Rockets coming in. Oh, beautiful rocket. Rail, sorry, onto Rafa, but then ID replies with a sly shot through the middle there. Awesome stuff from ID. Little bit unlucky. Rafa on the point getting picked, but it was a nice shot from Buds.
Yeah, 1 second later, and he would have got onto that point whilst he would have been able to cap it off. It was unfortunate. It was just a little bit too early on that push there, and that's just the name of the game with ShootMania. You've got to take your opportunities when they come, and unfortunately, that was the best opportunity in that situation, and the point wasn't ready to be captured. We're now 5-3 here in this 5th and final map. ID up again, looking for that long distance shot on toward Tailspin. We saw red last time when I was watching Buds. This time, ID not going to find it. Where are those 2 players? I think ID's a little bit wary of someone maybe hiding around the corner. No, there is Tailspin. Buds is still just going to hold his ground. Going to switch on to ID again as make his way around the back. Now onto XP3, who's currently waiting for him eagerly on the exit of this archway. As he makes his way through, ID will connect. We did see 1 rocket connect from Tailspin, dropping him down to 2 lives. There goes Tailspin. There's the revenge had now 2 lives for this single player. The rocket bounce was brilliant from Buds, but ID, the flex shot, going to shut him down. There is the 3rd attacking round, as opposed to just Tailspin's attacking one for the Curse side. This is it almost. Tailspin has to take this one. If they don't, the pressure will be almost unsurpassable, I feel, as we watch Tailspin push on this left side, Zacchaeus.
Indeed, but he manages to find one, but misses the open shot. Does manage to recover it, though, picking up ID. The over-aggressive tactic is now backfired. Can Tailspin get this attacking round, and Clock just floating in the air for him, and he misses again. The panic is probably struck in. He knows that was an easy shot, and misses it just. But now he has position to the point. There's only one more player to deal with now. Clock going down, and it's Rafa on the point, and it's Tailspin. If he can save this for his team right now, they might have a chance to pull this back in this grand final map. And running onto the point, Rafa with rockets! And making it look so easy with that bounce shot. Tailspin now in disbelief.
I can't believe it. That round should have been his. How did Rafa hold on to that? Let me put this into perspective. He has 4 rockets. Tailspin has 3 lives. As soon as Rafa wastes 2 rockets, that's it. The point is captured. But no, Rafa just missed 1. Was able to hit the other 3. Finished off that round. 7-3 now on the board. Clock has the potential now to take them to tournament point. Get them in a position for $3,000 here in the ShootMania Curse Invitational. Takes the bounce pad, looking for the shot. Not going to find it, but you know what? Clock also knows that no pressure's on because they've got 3 attacking rounds advantages. And that is all that might be needed here. All they've got to do is take the defensive side. Clark is just playing. He might as well be having a bit of practice here because that's all it might as well be in this situation, as he has 2 more defenders now to go up against. Can the Curse players hold on? 2 lives, 8 rockets, point for 1.5 seconds. 5 seconds left to get onto it. He's going to have to die sooner or later. He's not able to find these shots here. Clark, there comes the dive. The 2 air rockets will finish him off. But if, ShootMania goes as it should, here comes the defensive round for SK, which should guarantee them tournament point, unless XP3 has anything to say about it.
Indeed, can he bring this back? Can he make it count when he needs it the most? He has been playing awesome all night. His defense has been incredibly strong. He's been pinging and doing his utmost best to pull back this tournament after he got knocked down into the lower bracket by SK earlier on. But now will he be able to pull it back for Buds and Tailspin for Curse? And SK going down, ID going down on the rail pad. He's 2 for 2 right now. And XP3 looking for that extra pick onto the rail. He has gone back mid, unexpected. This is a nice move. It's not usually where you'd look, but SK are not at the point. They're not there yet. And will XP3 just do a daring run and misses the clutch flick shot there? He really needs to pick up this round now. He's running out of time. 7 seconds left from Rafa and Clock, both still alive. And it looks like they're going to close it down with some time. And yes, they do. 8-4. Match point.
Yeah, not only match point, but tournament point. This is the difference now between $1,500 for SK Gaming. If Rafa can close out this round on attack, and let's be honest, attack would be a brilliant round to end on, the unexpected one in many ways, but look at the difference. Quickly bringing up the scoreboard, 3 opposed to 1. You might argue that the defensive round is almost the one you wouldn't expect SK to take in this situation, but Rafa coming down this left-hand side, maybe he'll back away, try and bait Buds out of that cage, or maybe he's just going to go for this shot toward XP3. No, he's going to back away, but Buds already making the rotation. In comes the jump up over the spawn. No, instead going to wait a little bit longer, try and find Tailspin, potentially. Or is it Buds? No, it's Buds, so where is Tailspin? That's the question I'm asking. And I'm sure Rafa is asking as well, as he'll miss the shot on toward Buds. Given a lifeline here, Curse, even if small. 2 rockets to connect from Tailspin. Can they keep themselves in this one? Buds will go down. Not before finding the rocket onto Rafa, though. 8-5. Curse still in here.
They've got to get every round. They have to get every round. It's their only option now. And Buds, he can do it. He's got the aim, he's got the skills, and he has shown that all night. Will he be able to provide for his team? Will he be able to save like Jesus did one time or another, or if he ever existed, which I seriously doubted? But oh my god, he's taken 2 lives already. It's not looking good. The push has failed though. He's got position. He's just got to wait the time out. If he can pick one more off, if he can just hold this position and get that pick, this could turn around very quickly for Buds. But 1 life, and I think somebody might play the rail pad. And yes, there is. He's spotted him. He's now in a risky position. He knows if he jumps to that point, he's going to lose position. And ID now moving up with some spam rockets. And now Bud's going in for a risky move. And oh, misses the clutch shot over the top. Bud's now running out of hope. No, he's not. He's just picked up more hope. Jesus may be on his side if he really does exist. And can he land this? Can he save it? No! And it's all over. Cursed have lost it, and SK are victorious.
$3,000 going to ID, Rafa, and Clark. What an end to this ShootMania Curse Invitational, sponsored also by SteelSeries, hosted by FPSGeneral. We've had an amazing tournament. ID, Clark, and Rafa just played phenomenal throughout. Some would say SK Gaming, the underdogs, going up against Curse, but knocking them down to the losers bracket. And then again here in the grand final, it took 5 maps to do it in, including one default map win, but they have done it. They walk away victorious, and boy, are they going to be feeling happy.
Indeed, indeed they are, and I wonder how happy Tailspin are right now. I mean, that's going to hurt, and you know, they had a very, very strong lineup with Vince, and maybe not too sure of that XP3 pickup, you know, because they were beating SK before with Vince, I hear, quite convincingly, and now they have just lost the #1 North American spot, I believe. So there's going to be some talks, maybe, or maybe they just put it down to luck of the draw. You know, it was damn close. You can't argue that, that's for sure.
Indeed. And what I'm going to try and do just quickly whilst Johnny arranges for the winner on our Twitter giveaway to get their new SteelSeries Sensei Royal Gaming mouse is I'm just going to ask Cluck and see if we can get anyone in for a quick interview and hopefully have a quick talk with the winners, because we've had a brilliant tournament, and you know, our viewers, our people in the live chat have been absolutely fantastic as well. They've almost been our co-commentators in many ways, Akibus. They've always been giving input and we've been bouncing on them, and you know, even if Resolution didn't win, let's be honest, Nodmac is our new hero. He's our new saviour in many ways. Got us through many games, and no one can quite pull off that kind of last minute dive toward the point like Nodmac can.
That's true. You know, oh, there's three defenders left, all on the point. Doesn't matter, I'll just dive it anyway. I don't need to shoot anything. I've got loads of time as well. I don't need picks. Caps every time.
Yeah.
But some nice stuff. But really, SK, the winners here, not Nodmac, as his team did actually fail.